Hello, welcome to MS's Great channel. In this video, we're going to see how to make use of the Power Apps gallery to load a multiple type of contents from SharePoint. As you can see on the left side, this is the SharePoint list with different types of content, and we're going to transform that into a gallery inside the Power Apps to look like normal scrollable content. Let's start. You can see here, this is the SharePoint portal which I have, and I have created a list called apps content, and we have two columns. One column with the content type, which is a choice field, and the second column is the HTML field. Let's see how the lists are set up. You can see here, title column I'm just ignoring for a while, and this is the key column, which is the content type, and this is a choice field, and here are the choices: text choice, HTML, video, and picture. And the second field is the content, the real content, and it's a enhanced rich text because I can able to add table, picture, I can embed anything. If you see here the apps content, the first one is HTML. You can see here, this is the HTML content with the picture, and the second one is just the normal text. The same HTML, I just added the normal text, but the type is set to text. And third one, I set it to video, but just the URL. You can see here, this video is just the URL which is uploaded into SharePoint. I uploaded into SharePoint some random video. I just want to show it in the very good format. And finally, it is just a picture in the same HTML. So this is the HTML tag. I just directly embedded a picture using this. So this is just a picture which you want to see. So this is the original content which is in the SharePoint. So now we are going to transform that into Power Apps, which looks more like the Power Apps you can see here. The same content which would look like this. So the first one is the HTML content, second is the normal text, and third one is a video. Then I can start playing the video. You can see the video here, it starts to play inbuilt. And third one is just a picture, and we just add left at the top navigation just for the view. Okay, so let's start doing the Power Apps. Let's start creating a Power Apps. So you have two choices to create a Power Apps. One, you can start using the menu here, and you have the same buttons here. So I'm going to start with the page design, and I'm going to use with either you can use the top navigation or the sidebar. So for the sample, I'm going to use with the sidebar. It creates Power Apps with the predefined containers. Then you need to manage the containers. You can see here, it has already created with all the containers. So all you need to do is just to add the controls inside the containers. So in my case, what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to add a label here, and this label is going to be something like animal gallery. And let me do some semi-bold and make it stretchable and flexible width. Make sure that you select the flexible width so that it fills in, and I want to fill in with some light color, and make sure it is at the center. So the top navigation is covered. Let's do the second one. So here we have 3 out of 10. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to make it 2 out of 10 so that it becomes slightly less. And this sidebar, I'm just going to add simple label again, maybe just a label, and this label is like Okay, just sample test here, and I like this font and 14. Make sure this is center, and make sure it is stretchable, and also the height you should make to go along with the container, and make sure it's center and stretchable and flexible height. That's it. So this is the powerful feature of the container, where you can easily arrange the content much easier and faster. So if you see here, it looks pretty much decent without any much of activity. So now let's focus onto the main gallery now. What I'm going to do is that in the main container I'm going to add a gallery. So let's add a vertical gallery, and this vertical gallery you should have flexible height. Let me go back here and see what are the options here. Okay, so we're going to add a flexible height gallery. Okay, it has added, and I'm going to just name it for the let's do it gal_content. Okay, then it's become easier. So I'm going to change this type. So I don't want a social feed, I want a blank gallery, so that I can start from the beginning. Select it to blank, and the gallery you should make it flexible height. Make sure these two are added already, and this is blank. Right now the data source is empty, so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to link this to SharePoint. So to link it to SharePoint, add the data here, go to the connectors and search for SharePoint. So make sure you select this, not this one, SharePoint. Select the SharePoint. It would give you all the recent sites which you have been. So in my case it is Power Platform, and this is app contents. I'm just going to connect. So once it is connected, you would see the SharePoint here, and I'm going to link the app content here. So connection to the data source is done. So now it is ready to add. First I'm going to add HTML content. Let's add a HTML content. Let's add text first, which is simple. So this is the text. So make sure that you label the text properly, then it's easy to manage. Underscore description. So I'm just adding it as description. Let's follow this one. Okay, let's LVL description. And this description, so the label should align to the template. Let me play around. So the first thing you should do is that make sure that the left is positioned as 0, and the top you give us small gap, so put it as 2, so that it's aligned. And the width you can set it to parent.width. Okay, so that it is always elongated, and make sure add some space, -10. See here, it's close. So now the width has been set. Height you should put it as auto height, so that depends on the content, it would add the height. So now everything is ready. I don't want border, there is no border, that's it. And it is, the text is on the left and it is middle, correct. Now I want to link this to title, not here, HTML content. Okay, so the moment you link it to the contents, you see here the whole HTML junk comes in. We don't want that, so there is a function called plain text. So what it does is it gets the plain text only from the HTML. See here, that's it. So now if you see here, all the content have been displayed irrespective of the type. You get to see the full HTML content, the description and the URL, and there is of course there is no image. So right now we want to display the label only when we want to show the description. So for that you should go to visible property, and add a if condition. Content type is a choice, so you need to add a value is equal to text. If it is equal to text, then I want to make it true, or else I want to make it false. That's it. Okay, see here now it appears only when you have the proper description or the text. So depends on the content type text, it will display. So this is crucial. So now we are good to go. Then when you play, you see here, that's it. So now it displays the description. Now we want to change it for other types. So let's go back to the gallery and let's add the gallery. Let's add HTML now. So LBL is done. Let's do the HTML. HTML text. So for the HTML text is the same. Position it to 0 and the Y position is to 2, and the width you always set it to parent dot width, and add some padding which is -10, should be perfect. And the height you always make it to auto height, and up to you. That's it. So now everything is done. HTML should display, and again for the HTML content to display we should check the type. So let's go back to visible property. So here we need to add the HTML. So for the HTML, the visible property, we should be able to set what are the visible property which are there. So right now HTML should be displayed for all. So let me do one thing. So here I should able to display it for, okay. So basically for the HTML, I'm making sure that if it is not a video and if it is not a normal text, then just show the full HTML. That's it. And for the HTML text, bind it to contents directly. That's it. See here, it has started automatically appearing. So now it looks much better. You have a HTML text here, you have a description here, and you have the picture here. It's done. And finally I want to link it to the video. So let's add a video. Insert video. You can directly insert a video here, and let's do the same, 0 and 2, and the parent width -10. Oops. Let's put it to media. We should link it to this item dot HTML. Let me do so plain text of this item dot HTML, sorry, contents. Oops, contents, yes, and plain text. Okay, you can see here it starts to appear. Let me rename it to, okay, this is a video content, and the width as usual set it to the parent width, parent dot width and -10. Okay, and one critical thing about the video is that if you just change the width, the video will appear kind of squeezed or elongated. Why? Because you need to follow the aspect ratio for the video. If you are using the widescreen monitor 16:9, so probably what you should do is that based on the width you should adjust the height. So for the height I'm going to use a formula. You can just use the same formula for 16:9. So basically for the height, what we're going to do is that I'm going to use the 16:9 ratio formula, and that would be easier to do it. Okay, so for the height, get the original width of the video, which is this one, and divide it by 1.778. okay, so why 1.778? Because the video which I'm going to show is the HD videos. So the HD video, this is for the widescreen, which is 16:9. So probably you will have to divide your width by the ratio. So that's how the formula goes in. Okay, yeah. So basically I'm just displaying the formula for 16:9 ratio, which is for the widescreen. So we know the width, which is the width of the parent minus 10, and the height we want to calculate. This is the formula. So 16/9, 1.778, and I'm just calculating the height based on the width by 1.778. So this is the magic of changing this into a proper width of the video. Okay, so now I've set everything. One last thing pending is the video. So now what should I do is that for visible, I need to change the visibility for the video, because now it is displaying for everything. I need to change that. So for the video visibility, it should be displayed only when it is a video. So done. So that's how it is now. Yeah, done. Let's save it. I'm going to say it is app gallery contents. Save it. So when I use it, see here, it automatically aligns the HTML, then the description, and the video. So the video and the picture. So the video, it automatically gets the width, and then it will scale accordingly. So this should look without squeezing or anything. Okay, so you can embed much videos here, and make sure you use that formula. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.